Local recording online.
Zero context coming online. Use backup servers. That seemed to work earlier. Oh. Hang on.
Wanted to hang on?
I'm going to adjust the settings here a little bit. Drop this another few bytes. Let's see if that goes better. We only lost 127, so I just dropped it another. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Alright.
And use backup server. BNS 3, 1, 15.
Eating my lunch right now.
Fuck this kind of noise.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
3, 2, 1. We are recording.
But are we live?
Yes, we are live.
Welcome to BS with BNS and R.
I found a hat. I may have stolen this.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Over
you
the
say that.
You have the link. You have the com.
Who does? What?
You do. Just Mr. Shane.
I have the
I
com.
gave you the link to the live.
Welcome to BS with BNS. There we go. That's what you're talking about. There we go. The shit you did. Messages.
It's right there. Shane the Red. Look right at it. Don't call me a liar.
For some reason. I do. What do I do? I know. I don't have a message from you. I don't have an IM from you.
Do you have any IMs?
Actually, no. It says William edited Rue, Shane the Red, and then it says William edited Ruben Mahar. For some reason,
There you go.
I'm getting.
There.
There we go. All right, I get to post that on Facebook. That's my stupid human trick.
Yes. I probably should do it too, but I don't. Lols.
Yeah. If you want to post it on your Facebook, Ruben, that'd be awesome.
What, just like this link here?
Yep, that link right there.
Yeah.
This link right here.
See this shit? This shit's
Your
real.
diary. One day I posted a
Your
link on
diary.
Facebook.
We are live. There, posting it. Yeah. Posted. Now shut down Facebook because it's too much freaking drag.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Alright. So, welcome to BS with B and S. I'm B, and way over there is S.
Hey, I'm S. And tonight's special episode of BS with BNS and R.
We have Ruben.
Yo. Hi.
We have a lot of news to cover, so we're going to get right into it. And I think we should probably start with Leo.
Yeah.
Mr.
You know, I had some horrible things I could say, but I'm just gonna skip it. So, I will say that IGN did a nice tribute. It took about 5 tries because they kept either posting the wrong images or just posting it wrong. Or if you follow the Twitter for LLAP #Live Long and Prosper, you can actually see a timeline of IGN horribly screwing up the Leonard Nimoy tribute they made.
Oh my.
It's quite amusing to follow. So, other than that, it sucks. It sucks that he didn't live longer and prosper more, but he certainly lived long and prospered.
Does this change the 3rd Star Trek film coming up?
I don't think he was slated to be in it anyways.
You had theories of retconning the whole timeline thing.
Wasn't my theory. It was something that was in the news.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, like that was reported on. That wasn't my theory.
No.
I hate that idea. I hate them undoing all the Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto awesomeness that they've made it.
Mr. Rubin, thoughts?
I'm super sad that Mr. Nimoy is gone. as far as the movie script goes, I don't know. I just I hope they don't do something stupid every time they rate one. Like the second one was full of awesome explosions, and I loved it, and it made me really mad at the same time.
Yeah, because of little plot holes and,
Okay,
well,
okay,
gaping.
this is a little bit running ahead, but I actually sat down and actually finally watched Into Darkness.
Oh, you
Yeah,
hadn't seen it? Oh, wow.
Just last night, I just watched
All right.
it.
So, your critique, sir.
I don't. Okay, so background story. You always have those people who are on one side of the fence of the other. So you have the Star Trekkers and Star Wars.
Sure.
I've been on the Star Wars side for all my life. I've watched it with my father. That's just been our thing, right?
Yep.
But you have those people that are far left and far right, and I'll let you decide who's on which side. They're like, screw the other side. We hate those guys. For me, I'm kind of like more closer to the fence, where I don't mind going on the fence every now and then. I love Voyager. And I've
Yep.
seen most of the movies, and I've seen most of the classic, what everyone talks about episodes. But I've never walked away from any of the Star Trek films, and was wowed. Or
Okay.
impressed. I was amused. It was
Yeah.
goofy, but not overly impressed. And the
Were
same
you-
with this film? It was the same. I thought it was an okay film. I was entertained, and I walked away from it.
I really did enjoy Into Darkness. My first viewing of it, all the flaws in it didn't stick in my head. They didn't dominate. So I've always had this theory about movies and entertainment in general that there's a degree of forgivability that you can have for something. It's why like a bad movie or a bad TV show can be loved by people.
So what
Because-
was the big problems with it? Because
Oh, the tribbles were a bit of a problem. The whole like using Khan's blood to save Kurt was kind of goofy. Transporting across galaxies is kind of goofy. It kind of undermines the whole need for a starship.
Yep.
I would like to see them explore that in a third movie where they're like, yeah, you can transport across galaxies, but it screws up space time, so don't do it.
Don't do
And then that becomes a plot point. Like someone does it, or makes a wormhole on purpose to do intergalactic travel, and it just starts messing stuff up.
Yeah.
So then it restricts. It inherently restricts the transporting across over long distances.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's just it. It's all anti JJ Trekkers finding anything to gripe about, and sadly, JJ provides them with plenty of ammo.
Whole cases of it.
Yeah, your thoughts, Ruben?
I guess I'm torn. I mean, overall, with the new Star Trek movies, I really enjoyed the new story. The fact with JJ
Yes.
is we got a huge Star Wars fan that made a Star Trek movie. It's space opera. He made it huge, plus
Yep.
explosions, and overall, I like the whole thing. I'm pretty good about reboots as far as enjoying the story. The only thing I didn't like about Into Darkness was it felt a little lazy telling. I know it was a rehash of the same story, but their second Star Trek movie was a rehash of a second Star Trek movie, and there were so many other places they could have gone. Like I would have been perfectly
It's true.
happy with this opening sequence. Okay, the Enterprise flies in, they do the great ship. Oh, look at the ship thing that all the super nerds love. And then they see the Botany Bay and they blow it up because of target practice because there were no life signs, and then a whole other story happens. That would have made me so happy.
You see, this is what I want to see a new Star Trek series do, is take place in the original series universe, but with a whole new crew of people that would have never been part of Starfleet. Because in Into Darkness, you wipe out most of Starfleet.
Do you,
Like, you think about it, they killed a lot of people.
yeah, no,
They did.
right.
That changes the future dramatically.
So, do you think Renegades, the new plot that people are trying to put out, will follow that at all, or are they just gonna?
I thought Renegades was a fan-made thing by people from the original Star Treks.
It's an
Rene-
actual plot that they're trying to push on the CBS.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's a
so
Section
it's-
31 kind of thing.
Oh, okay, good. That'd be cool.
Dropping frames again. What the fuck?
I don't know what that
Oh.
means.
If it's me, my video feed's on Wi-Fi.
No, I don't, because I'm getting all your feeds, right? And then I'm pushing it back out, and I think that's what the problem is.
That's fine. All right, so we've talked enough about Nimoy and Star Trek. It's sad that he's gone.
Ruben, did you go see the memorial in Star Trek Online? I know you're still playing Star Trek Online.
No, you know what?
Oh,
It didn't even occur to me. I mean, I play STO, but what I've done for the last 2 months was I've logged into STO, got into the skill tree where you can take on quests like in your lab, filled that up and logged back out. So I've been playing for 5 minutes at a time.
The dailies. Just been doing the
Um,
dailies.
yeah, I'm just clicking on not even the dailies. Like I can't remember what they call it. I'd have to log in to look. There's something where you can have 20 missions at a time and you can research stuff.
Gotcha.
And that's literally all I'm doing. My ship has not moved. I
It's
should
just-
probably go shoot some
Just
stuff.
looking at shit.
Pretty much. My ship's armed to the teeth, but it's every 12-year-old that insults my mom now, I can one shot and then log off. So I've been doing other stuff.
Are you still flying the USS Michael Bay Boom?
No, the Boom Michael Bay was renamed to the USS Whoops. The USS Whoops is armed with all trio-cobalt devices, and if you don't know what those are, it's like the hydrogen. It's like the Tsar bomb from Russia, only it's Star Trek. So it hits you once, and your shields are gone, and the next one hits you, and you are gone.
Whoops.
You need a post video of 12-year-olds crying after you do this to them.
I mean, I guess I could. I purposely mute the audio now in any online game because I just don't. I own all these MMOs and I can't deal with the chatter. Like I logged into Left 4 Dead for 10 minutes, and someone started. I can't remember what they said, but it wasn't even upsetting. I was just annoyed that this human was allowed to, interact with other people. So I just.
Oh, that's my freedom of speech. My freedom of expression.
Yeah,
You
whatever.
can't suppress me. Like, yeah, I can mute you, fucker.
Okay, you
Yeah, throw-
freedom of speech. You're not immune from the consequences of it.
Yeah. I
Yes.
could explain to these 12-year-olds how much more awesome I am than them, or I could just leave and I assume they know. Like I own the basement I'm gaming from. They do not. Like
Yeah.
whatever.
Your way as
Speaking of
me is more
gonna
awesome.
be awesome.
Oh, Uncle Gabe, I love you so much. I'm
Is that general?
convinced.
So, I mean, are we sure this is it? I mean, this is like the upteenth million time we've had the Half-Life 3 confirmed.
I have a way to find out.
Find out.
Do you have an
Okay.
uncle that works at Nintendo?
No, but what we're gonna do. Hopefully, no one on the internet sees this. Otherwise, they'll figure out my plan. We're gonna fly me to Valve, and I'm gonna see if I can convince anyone that I'm in any way connected to Gabe.
Sweet. Alright.
I'll walk in with a clipboard. It works at other places. Just have a clipboard and a shirt with
Dude.
buttons on it.
Just cosplay your Gabe Buell and just walk in, right?
I cosplay him every year. For one Australian guy at Anime Boston, I do not know his name, but he finds me every year and goes, "Are you Gabe Newell?" Only he says it like he's from Australia because he is. And
Are
I'm
you
like,
Gabe
yes.
Newell?
And we just agree that that's a great moment. And then I move on.
I bet you could walk in and be like, "I'm here to see my brother,"
Yes.
and
I'll
just
do it.
see, and just give them the smile that Gabe gives, and just see how they react.
I spent a long time watching Gabe Newell videos to the point where it upset my wife because I was just in the living room watching every video I could find of him on the TV to try and impersonate him. And I don't know what she thought I was up to, but it wasn't good.
Hey, I'm doing a show.
Now, yeah. So I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope that it is Half-Life
Oh yeah.
something.
I hope it's
Torchy
not.
sounds awesome.
It's just gonna be disappointing.
You just want everyone to cry.
I love it when people cry. But honestly, I don't think at this point you can live up to the hype. I don't think it's physically possible.
No. I think you've let it gone too far and it's simmered too long, and now you.
Yeah, they've duped
Oh.
it.
Do you guys think it's going to be another Duke Nukem situation? That would be awful.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I really do.
Do it soon, put something out soon, yeah, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see another Duke Nukem.
Yeah. If that's not what this is, then I mean, if they have people secretly working on it, one, that's cool because no one figured out that they were secretly working on Half-Life 3.
And none of them leaked it.
Yeah, and that's really impressive.
Yep.
That also assumes they've been working on it. So if it is coming out, that's amazing. What I think it might be, because that's really hard to do, to hide working on a project that big, they're going to announce they're going to start working on it. That they're going to announce that they're going to start working on it, that they're going to announce who's working on it, and they're going to say, leave these people the fuck alone so they can work on it. That's the best guess I can come up with, because the alternative is this weird reality where no one knew they were working on the game, or this even weirder reality where they're going to announce something different and they're just trolling us.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating how big of a secret Valve could keep. You know, they're for everything they've done. Financially, they're giant, but they've got 200 some odd employees. They've had full-on awesome projects that have lived and died that no one ever heard of. Half-Life 2 got really far before people saw it, and no one really saw that until someone leaked the early beta, and that was right before it came out.
That's true.
Source 2, they've admitted it's out there. You can get the SDK, or at least part of it, as part of what is their big online MMO?
They have an online MMO?
Valve?
Yeah, they do.
Jesus.
An MMO.
Fuck if I know.
Let me ask Steam. Steam knows all.
Yeah, but bear in mind, Rue, we also live in a world where Bill Cosby can no longer get away with raping women. It's a very different world.
Hopefully, that's not a central plot point in Half-Life. I feel like
Zippity bobbity doo! Have a drink!
Dota. That's the game. Dota 2.
Oh, Dota. Oh,
Oh, Defense of the Ancients? That's...
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just a League of Legends ripoff.
I think it came out first, and I'm pretty sure it's more popular.
Yeah,
But I thought it was a mod off of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's a mod for World of Warcraft, which came out before League of Legends. And then
Yeah,
League
but then
of Legends came out.
what does Valve have to do with Dota?
They own, yeah.
They
See what I
that's their
mean?
game. That's their game.
How
It's
is
on
that
their
their game? If that's a mod off of World of Warcraft, which belongs to Blizzard.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just... Logic,
I'm
never
not a
mind.
lawyer. I don't know things.
Alright, so moving on down the line. What else we have to say about this?
No, not really. And then, Shane, why?
Well, okay.
Wow.
Why is that in the news? What do I want to talk about? It's a weird situation. Because like no one knows why he committed suicide. That's not public at all. Like not a note, nothing. With a little bit of investigation, I found that he stopped tweeting altogether back in September. He was working on anti-bullying projects before that. He had a girlfriend. They broke up because they just wanted to be friends. They did remain friends. And jokingly, she said that he had to approve anyone else she dated.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were really good friends. As in actual friends. And I'm wondering, and this is based off of barely any knowledge, so I'm probably wrong. I'm wondering if he was gay, took his life because it was something his mom, a, New York lady, couldn't handle. Yeah, that was his ex-girlfriend. And they still remained friends afterwards. Yeah. So I'm just pondering out loud, is it possible that this guy is a victim of a society that still oppresses homosexuals? And he was just in a situation where he just found no way out. He did the cat picture thing. That made him famous for a little while. It allowed him to work on anti-bullying stuff, which is, it was huge for him. He was big into it. And then you go about 4 months without any contact with him online, not really, and then he kills himself. So is it a situation where he thought, hey, this is as good as it's going to get. My mom's awfully proud of me now. Why would I disappoint her with who I really am?
No, I didn't.
Do you see what I mean?
Is this
Like, there's a narrative here. There's a narrative.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm probably wrong, but based on the information that's available, that seems to be the possible narrative.
How did he kill himself?
That's just it. You can't. There's no information on that. There's no information on it could have been a murder and it made it look like a suicide. He could have done it sloppy or messy with a gun. He could have taken some pills and lied down quietly in some plastic.
I'm reading the whole thing, and yeah, you're right. It does not mention it at all.
I've read multiple articles. There's nothing. There's no information, and I would never try to contact the family to ask because that's just too ghoulish.
Oh no.
They're going through pain right now.
Yeah.
It's the bullshit of suicide, and all you heard is your family and friends when you kill yourself. So fuck you people that kill themselves.
Been a bad year so far.
Well, yeah, like Robin Williams is like Parkinson's, no, strangle. Probably the only person that hasn't committed suicide probably should is Bill Cosby. But moving on.
Well, I mean, as long as you're sitting right in the middle of that gray area, Shane. Okay.
I never said I was this person. He had such an easy time finding dumb jocks to punch him in the chest. Is he the hall monitor they deserve? I love the comments on the video. People are like, dude, that's not how you punch somebody. He's going to break his wrist doing that. He's like, he's punching correctly because he probably, has had lessons. This is pretty cool where he's slashing. Slashing is cool. I mean, he's not stabbing too heavily, so we don't know if it can take an arrow. Stealthy. His belfry.
What is this guy in school for? Is he an engineer?
I believe so, yeah.
So what you're witnessing is a resume. That's what you're seeing here.
I think it's a little... I think this guy really wants
I don't. Well, maybe. Who doesn't want to be Batman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homeboy should add a couple zeros to that and move on.
Yeah, I mean, he made it. It works. It's. I think it's perfect for. Oddly, you know what I'd like to see this used for? MMA. Yeah. Get people decked out head to toe in like superhero armor, and they go fight. Those fights would last forever.
Dude, you got the Green Ranger already in the MMA. You can do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't he already make a pitch?
I don't usually watch that stuff, but if I could go watch just superheroes fight,
Dude, that'd be amazing.
I've been having that debate with friends since I was 10. That might make me buy cable.
So is that this week's $1 million idea?
I think it is.
Superhero cosplay MMA.
Yep.
Mixed martial cosplay.
Ruben, every week we've been giving out free $1 million ideas for someone to just go out. Like we're just a gumball machine. We just give you the gumball. What you do with it? That's
Tell the first one. Tell the first one.
Oh, so spoilers, right?
Right.
Everyone hates spoilers, right?
Right.
And then no one can agree on when you should be spoiled on something. Like, how long is long enough? Like, hey, the Titanic sinks. Whoa, hey, spoilers, man. Like, it's been, what, I don't know, 12, 15 fucking years? Get over it. If you haven't watched it by now, shame on you. It's not my fault.
Well, they did re-release it, and people were tweeting, "Oh my God, this is based on a true story." Yeah.
So let's start a website that gives everyone the opinion to vote on when the official expiration date is to be spoiled on. Like, now it's safe. It's after this date. It's now safe for you to be...
To talk about Breaking Bad season finale, or the latest Game of Thrones, or Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Just don't spoil the first Power Rangers movie. I've yet to finish it. I watched part of it once. I was at an anime convention, and it was in the video room. And for some reason, like, I saw it and went, haha, this is funny. I couldn't leave. And then the con ended before the movie did. And, like...
Zordon dies.
Really?
Pink Ranger takes it in the butthole.
It'd be really hard to cosplay Zordon properly. One, you'd have to be really pretty actively racist.
Well, then Shane's the prime candidate.
All right, so we need a big, clear tube for Shane. And when he gets bored of playing Zordon, he could just go to like a sci-fi con and be a Warp Core. Because I think those are the same.
Pretty much.
There you go. Or,
God bless Japan.
yeah, there's more pictures to find online of them just trolling the friggin' the Google street cams that take pictures of stuff. But it's
Wow.
just you have people just like how we have people with the horse mask on in Vines.
Yep.
They just have normal people walking around with pigeon masks on. Just because.
You know, this reminds me of something. Maybe you guys can answer this question. I'm trying to decide if this would be a felony. So this could be helpful. So sometimes I like to look at my yard in Google Earth, and it doesn't change a lot because they don't update that a lot. And I'm thinking before the next time they update that I want to build some missile silo doors out of foam and just put them back there.
I am on board with this. I will help you build these.
And maybe like a picture of the leader of North Korea big enough to be seen from the sky. Like, I wonder if those two things combined would catch me any weird attention.
I mean, if you want attention, Ruben, you're better off just walking down the street naked while you're masturbating.
That hasn't worked so far, Shane.
It's true. It's true. They keep thinking you're Gabe from Valve.
Yeah, I know. And they're just like Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Oh, man.
All right, so moving on.
We're moving on
Dude.
to movie news.
BS in movies. We have a logo, kind of. Well, we have it up.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, you deleted it.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's still there. I had to start a new one.
Have you heard this yet, Ruben?
Wow, no. And also, I refuse. They're all mine.
Thanks for waiting, guys. I think that was really sweet of you.
Michelle,
Oh, gosh.
are you going to be the Green Lantern?
So first off, someone's going to have to
That's
tell
the
me who
dumbest
this
thing
is.
I've ever
'Cause
heard.
Really?
Yeah, I
The
think
TMZ
it's so
watermark.
stupid for like
Oh, okay.
everybody because of this whole like minorities in Hollywood thing. Like,
Well, it's been all over the internet,
but it's
though.
so stupid. It's like stop stealing, all the white people's superheroes. Like make up your own. You know what I'm saying? Like what's up with that?
That's awesome.
All right, based on body language
Thank you.
alone, because I couldn't hear what she was saying, I'm gonna assume that she was joking.
So the guy asked her if you're going to be Green Lantern, and then she laughs it off and says that's the stupidest thing she's ever heard.
I love Michelle Rodriguez. All right, have you seen the Resident Evil movie, Ruben?
Which one? I've seen a lot of them.
The first one.
Oh yeah, that's what, like if I ever have kids that have British friends, they're not allowed to sleep over ever because of that movie.
Oh, because of Alice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
You just can't sleep in a house full of British kids?
Conversely, if I ever have someone that stays in my basement overnight because I have a pull-out couch, I might hire a British child to hide under the staircase, and when the lights turn off, just tell them they're all going to die down here. So I guess I'm dubious on that answer. Anyway, yeah, I've totally seen some Resident Evil movies, including the first one.
Yeah. Well, the first one, Michelle Rodriguez is the badass chica that makes it to the almost makes it to the end.
And then no.
Spoilers. See, if we had that website, I could check right now to see if it's okay to talk about Resident Evil 1's ending.
I think it's been long enough. So movies is general. We're going to say like 5 years.
Oh, that's way too long. It should be like a month.
No, that's way too many.
If I don't want to see it in theaters, I probably don't want to see it at all and don't give a shit about it.
Well, that's you and 90% of films, and then you get spoiled.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of movies anyway, so if anybody wants to talk about the ending to... Oh, what haven't I given a shit about in theaters? 50 Shades of Grey. They could spoil that for me, I wouldn't care. I was kind of surprised that flopped. Are we really? Hold on. Are we really done talking about Michelle Rodriguez pushing white superhero roles to be taken by white people?
I mean, Billy did bring up a penguin, and like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. So Madagascar. Penguins of Madagascar apparently flopped, which it looked hilarious when I saw the previews.
Well, I mean, come on, you're out of gas. I mean, this is what the 6th movies in the Madagascar's franchise, and
Really?
after based on the 2nd spin-off TV show. I mean, this thing is spin-off so many times it's mutated to a new form of life. You know,
I got nothing. Like I said, the previews looked funny.
it did, but I
Like
just
something
think
parents would bring their kids to.
I just think, well, one, it's been a horrible movie year, right? So I think that had a big chunk of it.
Yeah. Well, that's a general opinion. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, and I loved when.
I mean, but that was the biggest movie of the year, and I loved it, and I watched it like 3 times in theaters. But I'm saying,
Yep.
that was it. Nothing beat that. That was a top movie. It was a great movie, but nothing even got close to that.
Yeah.
It was just a bad year for movies all around. I think that was a big part of it. Also, I think that they're just running out of steam on this series. It's a funny series, but
Could a gritty reboot save this movie?
oh,
A Power Rangers reboot. Dude, that was amazing. Have you seen that yet, Rue?
I was so happy. I want that to be a full-length movie.
Oh, I could have watched the shit out of that as a full-length movie. That was so good. I love the end of that too.
so
I hope Bandai needs to take notice.
a lot of people have been bitching about the gritty reboot, right? And I think that their complaints of, well, children might watch this. Like, no,
Children are watching Bukakis, you dumb assholes.
this was not aimed at children at all, and you're foolish if you sat there and you let your child watch it. What is wrong with you?
This isn't even letting kids watch it. It's kids get their little dream pad, they hop on online, and they just watch stuff.
It's just
Like there's no real control.
so pretty much all the Power Rangers came out and said, either they said, nice job on this, you know, like the cinematography of it all,
Yep.
but boo on the message, I guess.
Boo on the message.
Boo on the content.
I'm sorry, the original people that watched Power Rangers grew the fuck up and want something that matches their modern sensibilities.
Yeah.
You know what this actually reminded me of? I just saw The Kingsman last night with our friends Chris and Nate. And The Kingsman is just as gory as that Power Rangers gritty reboot, if not gorier. And the action was amazing. All the time I watched the movie, I'm like, I hope this is a hit, because then that Power Rangers gritty reboot might become a reality.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why the billionaire, and it's some French billionaire, I think it is, or Belgian or something, is speaking out against it is because he's rich and doesn't want to change his IP. So he would never approve of this. But if it gave him dollar bills...
And that's the other thing I'm kind of like, your people are way overacting. Like, this was never supposed to be a reboot thing. Or a deboot.
Yeah.
This was just a fan-made film to go, look, the Power Rangers grew up, and we can do something gory and adult-oriented with a kid's property. Ha-ha, lol, serious, right?
Yeah. I want to see the reboot of My Little Pony now.
And it was just like, everyone's like,
Yeah.
this is a horrible series. No,
James-
goal.
If you look it up, James Vanderbeek himself said that this movie could never exist because we spend an irresponsible amount of money on special effects. Just for 15 minutes. You could never make this as a full-length feature.
But it just, I was like, this is a horrible premise for a film. Because kids
Perfect.
kids might be affected by it. No,
Kids would...
Thing is,
No, kids would...
I could go to this movie and be pretty much guaranteed there's not going to be some half-smart mom with her 8-year-old in the room with me. That would be awesome. I can now go to a Power Rangers movie, see explosions, and not deal with kids in the room.
Except I'm pretty sure that you would see the 8-year-old there with a bitching mom be like, this is way out of line.
Dude, if I'm in that theater, what do you think happens before the movie starts?
And when she leaves, she won't have a kid anymore because they will have taken him, and we've solved the problem.
Yeah.
being socially responsible.
Don't worry, it'll be nothing violent. I will just call DHS.
Yeah.
I'm at the Power Rangers Gritty reboot, and there's a mother here. I already told her you probably shouldn't let your kid watch this, and she said, "Fuck off! It's my kid. You can eat a cock." And the kid went, "Yeah, eat a cock." And right there, DHS is going to show up. And of course, I never actually talked to her, but that's not the point.
Let's spin off this podcast. It'll be DHS with Shane.
And we can.
Truly outrageous.
Truly outrageous.
Yeah, I don't think this follows the cartoon at all. I really don't. Yeah, your wife was almost involved in this.
Basically, they made the whole movie for like $1,000 in the taco and kept all the rest.
I don't think there's going to be any holograms. I really don't.
No.
I think that's just the name of the band.
Yep.
Maybe, if that. It's a YouTube story. It's a story about a YouTube sensationist girl that does good and becomes Miley Cyrus. I don't know.
Like I said,
This is not the Gem and the Holograms that I grew up with.
This is
and
basically
desperately
what
see
I'm
the
thinking
movie.
is like the producers in Gem 4. If you ever watched the producers in the movie.
That's what it is. They intentionally bought this IP just to ruin it so they could make money off of the losses. Have you seen the producers, Rue?
Oh, I love the producers.
So instead of making a film about Hitler, they made a film about Gem, which
That's better? I don't know. They're the same in my book.
So if it crashes, does that mean the property will be up for sale at a drastically reduced price?
well, maybe the movie rights. I don't know if it's proper. I think it's still Hasbro.
Dude, I'm on board with you. We can do this.
Yeah, like I think BNS maybe could make its first movie. I would like to be Gem, if at all possible. I feel like that would be truly outrageous.
The Misfits?
Was that Shane?
I play all three of the Misfits.
Yeah.
So
You know, the Misfits. See, the enemy of Gem.
We'll just cut your screen in 3 ways and you just play all the roles.
Yep. I'll just have different wigs.
Speaking of movies,
I'd be more interested in doing a live action one.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know how I feel about this either, right? Because I'm a big fan of the series. But Cartoon Network has a horrible history. Like, horrible history. When they do a movie, that's the end of the show.
Really?
Really.
Is that what it's a SpongeBob movie so they can finally kill SpongeBob?
No, they already done 3 SpongeBob movies, and that's Nickelodeon.
Oh, shit.
But no, Cartoon Network, anytime they've done a Dexter's Lab movie, Powerpuff Girls movie,
Oh, yeah, that's right, too, those fuckers. I love Powerpuff Girls.
Are they following the anime model? Isn't that how a lot of anime ends? Like, story done, big movie? No?
it just seems like they pour their budget worth of money in a movie, and then the movie doesn't do as well as they spent the money in, and they're like, well, this RP isn't making us enough money, and then, whoosh,
Yeah, they lose money on the movie and then kill the show.
yeah. So,
Adventure Time was fun while it lasted.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried about it. Like, I'm pumped for a movie. I want to see the movie. I think it's about time. But at the same time, like,
Yeah,
Will
why?
it be
I mean,
bacon pancakes or?
bacon pancakes?
Yeah,
we have
will
to
it
make
be-
some bacon pancakes. When you get home, Bill, we're making bacon pancakes.
Absolutely. Was that Ruben?
That was my whole question. Just the fate of bacon pancakes.
Oh,
I don't really care about the movie. I do, however, want both bacon and pancakes now.
no.
Just put the pancake mix in a ketchup bottle. After you remove the ketchup, of course.
Oh,
That way it's easy to squeeze out, and you can just layer it right all over the bacon.
God damn it, Shane.
What?
Well, picking up new links for the next segment, and I ended up on Defenders of the Earth.
so okay, so we agree that's the thing that needs to happen now. Billy needs to get home, and we need to make bacon pancakes.
This will happen. Yeah, this will happen. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I will make amazing bacon pancakes. I don't. Dude,
No. No.
what are you doing?
All the noises.
Okay. So the last thing we have is the Marvel announcement.
Yes.
Oh, that's why you're.
Bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna
Do
make.
not click
Bacon
that.
pancakes. Bacon pancakes.
No.
Bacon.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, so what?
Maybe that will be the movie. 2 hours of that.
Oh, dude, I'd watch 2 hours of that.
Oh.
I know what I want to have happen, and I know they won't do it, and that makes me just dry with anticipation. I don't even care about this announcement because it's not going to be what I want.
I mean, the timing is good. I mean, if they're going to announce something that you want them to do, it would be now, right? It's either going to be
Yeah, if they're going to announce that tomorrow they're starting shooting Marvel Team Up Spider-Man X Iron Man, fine. And that would set up Civil War. But if they're not announcing that, which I don't think they're going to announce, then Civil War is going to be just a gluttonous whore. And I don't know if I'm going to like it that much. Because it's going to have too much stuff. They're trying to force fuck the Spider-Man storyline into Civil War right now. Since they have the Spider-Man IP they can use.
I'm going to keep giving Marvel money until they give me a reason not to. Or
Yes,
more
I
specifically,
understand.
I'm going to keep giving them money until they stop making movies. Because I've paid for lots of great movies, but I also paid for every version of the Hulk they released. And X-Men 3. So, whatever.
Well-
I want Robert Downey Jr. to play Gordon Freeman because the guy from Breaking Bad seems to refuse to. I want a Half-Life movie.
Oh.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Right?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. When is the RDJ announcement again? When is that?
The
It's,
fifth.
it's the 5th. Oh, okay. Make sure it wasn't actually the 3rd.
You can't do it the
Oh.
third because that's when Half-Life 3 is doing it. You can't do it the 4th because that's May the 4th.
That's. Do you mean March the 4th?
No, May. Oh yeah, March. Right, you're right. Sorry.
It's the Ides of March, I think, right? Is that what
Oh,
it is?
it can be May. I'm done with this winter crap.
It's true.
May can. Yeah. The winter can go fuck itself. This is ridiculous.
Oh man.
So yeah, I don't have any. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think it might really be?
I think it's going to involve something with Spider-Man, because they've done this before, right? Even they did this with Guardians of the Galaxy way back a couple years ago, right? Where they had RDJ and
James Gunn, the director.
no, Captain America there.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, right? They did a big on-stage thing to welcome in Guardians of the Galaxy into the Marvel family, and kind of did a big PR event.
Okay, so maybe this is the introduction of who's gonna play Spider-Man?
Maybe that's who's going to play Spider-Man. Maybe we're also going to do something with the Daredevil, because you're going to have Daredevil a couple days after that will premiere on Netflix.
Touche. That's true.
What else? Right, and it'll be the first week back that we get, actually, it'll be the day after we get back Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot of options. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, so there's a lot of stuff you could talk about.
I mean, they totally have done in the past, State of the Union pretty much of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this could be another one of those.
And it seems like RDJ is the guy you want to have do that, since his career, his resurgence is predicated on the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
He owes them all of his wealth and money right now.
Maybe it is what this could be Iron Man 4. I wouldn't be surprised because the Iron Man franchise has still been making them money hand over fist, right?
And it's still going to make RDJ money hand over fist, so.
And everyone wins. I want another Iron Man movie just because I like seeing Iron Man movies. I think they've done good.
I really want to see them do Marvel Team Up. That way they can get away from sequelitis.
Yep.
And they can just pair up characters and just do whatever. You don't think you do a Hulk movie by himself? Fine. Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yep.
Or talk to friggin' Fox Hulk and Wolverine. That will make all the money.
I think they did try to talk to Fox, and it's just they're not playing ball.
Fox
Well,
needs to not touch my Marvel movies, or I will cut somebody.
Touche. I understand.
Okay, Ruben, what's your thoughts on First Class and Days of Future Past?
I mean, I enjoyed those movies. It was another one where I thought they told a sort of a new, mostly new, interesting story. Days of Future Past seemed a little longer than it needed to be. I don't think I could have written the story better. I'm not a talented writer, but
You're not a doctor.
yeah, I was somewhere in the middle on that. I'm glad I paid for it. I'm glad I watched it. I didn't actually see Days of Future Past in the theater. I waited till it came out.
It's so much better in theaters.
Oh, fair enough. I might have just been tired of X-Men at the time.
Yes, and that's the whole reason why me and Shane went to go see it in theaters, because we totally went to the theater going, yeah, this movie's gonna suck. Take that, Fox. Give it back to Marvel. This is gonna be amazing. Woo!
And then they made it.
And then they knocked it out the park.
And then they completely knocked it out of the park, and I was totally on the fence. But it's like, yeah, that movie was awesome. Oh shit, that movie was awesome. Fuck.
The message was really good as far as, I mean, X-Men I think has become kind of the vehicle for rights of, pick a group that is underserved or abused, and they can plug that in. And I think that movie was a great message for that. And I think that's part of why it was popular.
Yeah.
And funny you say that, because my theory is that right now Marvel's going to with the Inhumans.
Mhm.
You cut out on us. What was that?
I think Marvel's going to do that with the Inhumans.
Oh, okay.
With the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Inhumans are going to be the mutants, the oppressed group. But they have a better backstory than mutants. They're not just people born with powers. They're people that were made by the Kree to be weapons against the humans.
Alright.
But there is that option where they can fight that.
Alright. Yeah,
So that's much, much better.
because when you ask me where they're going with Spider-Man, it's like, or where movies go now, it's like there are so many options now. Like there are so many paths open. Before, when it was just one movie a year, right? It was like, yeah, you could see where this was going. The one movie would lead into the next, and now where they're doing, either multiple movies in different timelines, not timelines, but different aspects of where this world is, and a TV show, now 2, actually 3, coming out here soon.
Yep.
Who knows anymore? It's anyone's guess now.
Yep.
Speaking of TV show,
Powers. I loved this comic, and so far from the previews, I'm on board. I'm cautiously optimistic though, because I don't know how. As I saw their special effects for their last preview, where they had people flying in the air blasting each other,
Yep.
that looked kind of cartoony.
yeah, it did. It did look kind of.
I wasn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can make those special effects right now, and that's a little sad.
So, but people behind Breaking Bad, does that make you excited?
Story-wise, yes, but here's the thing: it's a visual story.
And
It's a comic book story, and the visuals need to be good.
And there wasn't a lot of visuals, special effects visuals in Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, Breaking Bad story phenomenal, but the special effects were
There wasn't.
exactly. That's the point.
Besides
They
the
blew up shit. That's it.
The explosion in the first season. Spoilers.
Yeah, but then they were paying that back for the rest of the show. Like it was 4 more seasons of awesome to make up for that one explosion.
So, are we excited for Daredevil coming out soon? Netflix?
No,
Are you on board with this?
Ruben is out.
No. I thought you were giving Marvel all your money. Is it because you can't buy it?
Here's the thing about that statement, Shane. I don't care. I can't explain the level of not caring that I have, and I've tried. I give so much love to sci-fi and to these comic book movies. I'm not anti-Daredevil, but like, unless he does something I haven't thought of in the first episode, I'm not gonna go. Like, same thing with like Arrow. I don't care. I am watching Carter and Agents of Shield. Those are fine. I think maybe I'm just out of bandwidth. Like, I'm not saying these are bad shows. I Daddy only has so much love.
Yeah.
I agree. There's too much content to consume these days. You have
I agree with Ruben, and it's just Daredevil. I've never cared about Daredevil.
In 3 or 4 years, I'm sure I'll stream it all at once, with a bunch of Ben and Jerry's and beer, and it'll be great. And I want to have conversations, and no one will talk to me about it. But whatever.
So Ruben, you know that they're going to do Daredevil, then they're going to do Power Fist and Iron Fist and Power Man, and what's her name?
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, so that's going to be the 3 shows Netflix, and then they're going to do a 4th show which combines all those.
Defenders of the Earth.
I mean, I'll end up checking out it at some point because it's Netflix, and sometimes I run out of stuff to watch. If that show were called Power Fist, I'd be on board.
His rockets ignite.
And I'm so glad I can't actually hear when you play videos.
What is this?
The hero who stalks. The beat call him brother. The god to war. Defenders of the earth. Master of magic spells and illusion.
Yep.
Enemies crumble in fear and confusion.
Z-list, let's be real. The Hulk was probably the most famous member at one point.
This is like Kmart level. Okay, all right.
Yeah, this came out a long ass time ago. I think it's 90s actually. That doesn't look like 80s style to me. That looks more like early 90s style. Does it say down below when it was aired? That's okay. I'll check my phone real quick. But in the meantime, so what's your theory on the 4th show, Bill?
I think you're right.
Defenders of the Earth, 1986.
I was very wrong, son of a bitch. Yep.
Boom, son.
Cartoon geek cred goes to Bill.
Speaking of animation,
Angel just got its wings. Shane was wrong.
So, yeah, I think Shane, you might be right. I think Netflix is going to go for a Defenders of the Earth.
Well, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tried to be Avengers Light,
Yep.
and that half worked for them. It didn't help them in the first season, but it's working better for the second season.
I think they got better in the second half of the first season.
It got much better. Once Winter Soldier came out, and people were like, "Oh my God, this ties into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D."
No,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just...
after Thor 2 came out, because that came out first. Right?
Yeah, but I still didn't give a shit about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
After that point, no, that was the turning point. That's when it didn't instantly become great, but that's when you can see the writing on the wall, like, oh, this is where they're going with this. And then,
Okay, that's fair.
a few months later, Captain America 2 came out, and then we were like, oh, no, this is working.
Yeah. Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know. I wish Netflix well. I mean, they paid $5 in a taco for the 3 series, and then they have a good idea to make a 4th.
Yeah.
Hope that works out.
So if not Defenders of the Earth, maybe Marvel Knights. But that would mean that who owns Punisher right now?
Question, I have no idea.
Because that seems like a simple procedural TV show. Punisher shows up, investigates some crimes, kills a bunch of people, leaves, and evades the cops.
Right.
Like, that's every episode. And people would watch that. They would watch CSI Punisher.
Hail Hydrant.
I can't see anything but rant. Yeah. But that'd be interesting. Maybe Marvel Knights, which would help them introduce the Sorcerer Supreme, since he had a lot to do with the dark mystical side of Marvel, and that's where Marvel Knights is actually focused on. Believe it or not, Daredevil had a lot of spiritual stuff in it, like back in the late '90s, going on the early aughts. It wasn't, dude. When it was written by I think it was Grant Morrison, maybe not. But there have been people that wrote very well, very good Daredevil stories.
Daredevil should have been black.
Michelle Rodriguez would have something to say about that.
I mean, go for it. Why not?
It's not like he knows.
Oh, man.
But really, he's already blind. Why you gotta handicap him even more?
Oh,
Womp womp.
I know. Didn't that hurt? Didn't that hurt?
it
Oh.
did.
Speaking of things coming back in your childhood.
Yay, the GoBots of Pokemon.
But Digimon are the champions. That song's been stuck in my head since whatever this friggin' show came out. I wake up in the morning. Digimon.
I'm so glad.
Monsters.
I've never heard the Digimon song.
Oh, someone needs to send you a link so you can hear it and understand my pain.
That's okay. You can send a link. Doesn't mean I'll answer any of your links ever again for the rest of humanity.
That's all right. I'm gonna submit a panel to a certain convention we're both probably gonna be at, and I'm gonna do it. I know nothing about Digimon, but I will host a 2-hour panel. I don't care.
And I know who's
I worked at Radio Shack. I could talk about anything for 2 hours. Whatever.
I know who's going to be staffing that room at the time, too.
I know a guy who writes schedules. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I don't care enough about PortCon to suffer your bullshit. I'll just.
We'll follow you.
It's the wandering panel that just follows Shane through the mall talking about Digimon.
We're not even going to mention Digimon in the panel. It's just going to be called Stock Shane for 2 hours. We're all going to get scooters.
Oh, that's awful. I'd rather run you.
Yep.
We'll get Bill to modify said scooters.
Yes.
With
we'll
Shane
double vote the
trackers on
motors.
them?
Yeah. The little green thing. Beep, beep. Shane detected.
Like aliens? Like an alien's movement sensor?
Yeah. Only exclusively for Shane.
Shane is conflicted.
Who I imagine would have the good sense to run just to draw awful symbols and stuff, because that's what I'd do if I were being tracked.
Oh yeah, I would definitely leave obscure clues.
Oh, man. I was going to submit a panel for you, Ruben. Just
Oh, yeah?
see Ruben live.
My panel, Explosions Live, got turned down. That got mentioned at the meeting.
Oh, did it? Damn.
It did. Yeah,
What
Joe
was
was great at
what's the
it.
thing going to be about?
So I can't remember everything I wrote because every year when panel submissions go live, I feel like I'm going to help and start the train. So I submit a panel. The first one I ever submitted was high stakes, full contact calligraphy. Where you had to be under drinking age, at which point we would get you drunk, hand you sharp calligraphy objects. And the point of this, we would line people up like football players, and they had to make like a college degree so they could progress in life, but while fighting people and stabbing each other. And whoever lived won and maybe had a passable college degree.
At the
This
very
is when
least, they had an experience that'll last them a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I submitted one this year called Explosions Live, and I can't remember what I asked for, but I listed off every explosive I could name with Google's assistance and was told no. It was also my solution for the tent.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved that. Blow up the tent.
Did Mick ever comment, or did anyone ever comment about your come see my laptop live?
Did I submit one like that? I don't know if I actually submitted that because here's the problem. I'm afraid when I submit stuff with like, I always have a paragraph about just every illegal thing I can fit in there that doesn't make me feel like a terrible human. Everything short of human trafficking is in these panels because I'm afraid if I don't, it'll accidentally get accepted. Like, come see my laptop live could potentially be funny, and I feel like Julie's gonna call my bluff someday and be like, "Oh yeah, no, I gave you a 2-hour slot in main events. Good luck." And Julie's a great friend, and she's way smarter than me, so I have to go way over the line when I submit those, or it's not gonna go well.
Yeah. It has to be like so far beyond the line that it's actually a liability.
So
You and I
wait.
both
She
know
doesn't
there-
have. I got a question. She
What?
doesn't have line item veto power.
Of course she does. Well, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I've just painted myself into a corner. Maybe she's like, "Hey, you can do the explosions panel, but you can't hurt anyone or blow anything up," which I guess becomes "Come see my laptop live."
Just they just show explosions. Dude,
I guess
people
I
would
could.
come to that panel. If it was just an hour of you showing off explosions and talking about them very briefly. Nothing too technical.
Wait.
Like,
Do you
here's
guys
how they
wanna
did it.
submit? Do you guys want to submit a 3-person panel where we just show explosion videos and take questions? They cannot be about the videos though. They have to be unrelated questions.
Or no, we always change the subject on them.
Yep.
That
That's
becomes
a
the
good
challenge.
idea.
To never actually talk about the explosions.
Oh, that explosion. That reminds me of a story. I was at Lowe's one day. Because
Yes!
I would answer every question with something I had to fix in my house because I've become that guy. I'm just proud of my house projects. There are a few of them.
I'll just talk about like the hentai it reminds me of.
Okay, yeah, that could work. So this is now an 18. This is now an 18 plus panel for some reason.
This is 18 plus.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of what's going to be
That's where it
18 plus,
starts.
uh,
Yes.
Really?
I'm a fan. Yeah, play that clip. It's down below. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Is she wearing
Right
the
there.
meat dress?
She's wearing something. Barely. Full screen.
American Horror Story, Season 5. Hotel.
Have you ever watched American Horror Story, Ruben?
No, I can't say
I
that
didn't
I
think-
have.
Every season is a different story, but with the same actors just playing different roles.
Okay.
So every season is self-contained. The first
All
season's
right.
about a house. Second season, which is in my opinion the best season, is based on an asylum. Third season involves a school for witches. Fourth season was a freak show, and next season apparently is called Hotel and stars Lady Gaga. So I'm in, and I highly recommend watching season 2. It's the best. It's such good television.
All right. Maybe I'll give that a look.
Yeah, and if you don't watch anything from American Horror, at least watch season 2. It is on Netflix. That's all I remember.
All right. Then maybe that'll be my challenge for the week. I'll see about watching American Horror Story.
Just try the first couple episodes. If you can handle it, keep going.
I'm not
It's
anti-horror. I'll watch horror. Whatever.
It's a dark fucking show.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things on television. It's like American Horror Story followed by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh yeah, comic news. Woohoo! Nope. All this shows is why we do it. This is why we have idealized images for characters in comic books. Because the alternative really isn't that flattering. And here's the thing, ask a woman if she wants to have a picture taken of her, does she want to look good? Does she want to have the picture maybe spruced up a bit so she looks better? Most women will say yes. A lot of people don't like having their picture taken because they don't think they're attractive enough, right?
But
So-
why do they think that? I mean, how long have they been bombarded with this stuff?
Yeah,
Except
and
Power
I
Girl.
think it would
Leave
help.
Power Girl alone.
I just don't think this helps. I think it only proves the point. This is why we don't do this. Because
Is Iron Man, one of these idealized
Yes.
images. Did
Down below. Check it out. They have him looking all like skinny dorkish. It completely changes how you view the character.
Two things. One, scroll back to Iron Man for a minute. All right.
Let's do this for a while.
One, if I build me a robot suit, it's going to be ripped because I'm going to lie to you through my robot suit. Two, why does Iron Man have nipples?
No, he has. He's looking at the chest plate itself.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
the
Well, it's
line.
still. It just looks like a messed up thing. It still looks like it has nipples from here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's very defined. You're not wrong. It's not as bad as the bat nipples, but it's highly defined. His pecs. I'm sorry. He's talking about the pecs and how there's a part of him that looks almost like you can see nipple, but it's not. He's not talking about that. Get your cursor off that. That's not what he's talking about. Down the bottom of the pecs. That's yep. That's what I'm talking about. That giant dick nipple he has.
Okay.
Like
Do you
Iron
think
Man.
someday in a last issue of Iron Man, he'll just die from a failed Apple firmware update?
Pretty funny. I'd be on board with that. What if Iron Man died from a failed Apple firmware update?
Someone did edit that scene in Avengers where he's calling his new Mark 7 suit and he's falling through the air and it slowly attaches to his body, right?
Yeah.
From his bracelet, whatever.
Yeah.
We needed a gimmick. Which is whatever.
That's how you sell.
Yeah, as soon as the helmet comes down, as he's flying and as he sees the ground, the car is zooming up at him, the helmet comes down, and then all you see is blue screen of death, and then it cuts to him landing on the ground violently.
Oh, that's
Pretty good.
everything is now well with the world. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything is awesome again. We can go back to being happy.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was like, boom.
Yeah.
Boosh.
Yeah. Now, as far as that's concerned, as far as depicting people of realistic body types, no. It's a fantasy. Keep it a fantasy. I'm Michelle Rodriguez saying white people should keep their white roles.
And I'm thinking that I agree with that to a point. I think there's another side of that line. I think there's two lines. There's two lines where it's like keep it somewhere's in fantasy, but not way the hell out there. Then I just get kicked.
The only thing that I'm against is gratuitous
Yes.
costumes and outfits. So Ivy from Soul Calibur, too much. All right. Power Girl is fine, and that's as far as I want to see a titillating costume go. I think that's as far as it needs to go. Is Power Girl? She's the perfect example.
The Spider Woman one with the issue 1 they had with her with the
Oh, the Impossible Pieces, because it was drawn by an erotic artist.
yeah. Like, what,
Milo-
on the rooftop? I don't have the picture on me, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's too far.
It isn't though, because cosplayers have actually shown you can do that pose.
Well, I'm sure you can do
Like
it.
your wife defended the hell out of that. Like she showed me pictures and changed my mind on it because I actually was on the other side.
I'm not down with the pose. I'm just saying like the body proportion is completely outside.
Skinny waist. I don't like I don't like Barbie doll. I like a little meat on their bones, but that's why show me a plump butt, show me decently sized breasts. But I don't need to see a muffin top. I'm not looking for cellulite in the legs. I don't need an artist that can do that.
Alright, well,
And you know what? I just realized that the social justice warriors have won. They've won because gender news is now boring. This was the safest coming out party DC could have ever had. As a bisexual, who gives a shit? It does nothing.
I want a muffin now. Damn it, shit.
A bisexual cat muffin?
I like a blueberry muffin would be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
dreaming.
Which, good for them. I'm glad that someone still kind of cares about that, because I really did enjoy the movie that came out a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't a great film. A lot of people didn't like it, but I just really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was so stylish.
This
What you are gonna enjoy is I'm just zooming around here, guys.
I just want to point out that this is the first time I've been excited to read a comic book in a long time. I'm just sad it took Hitler to do it.
I guess that's always probably an accurate statement.
Probably
I think-
not really.
Mirror universe stuff is fun. It's a new story. It looks like that could be. It
But
could
what's
be good.
interesting is they're playing with the idea that Superman was raised by Hitler,
Yep.
but in the modern age, years and years later, he's starting to regret what he's done.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's struggling with it. You know what I mean? And isn't that fucking interesting?
That really is. That's like a good story.
Yeah.
Which I I don't know why I'm surprised by that. Maybe because there haven't been some friggin' good stories in a while, but there it is.
Really haven't. We've had just shitty narratives all through comics for years. This is the first time since I've had the comic book store, which was like 6 or 7 years ago now, that I've wanted to read a comic. Never mind that Jim Lee is drawing it and Grant Morrison is writing it. That's amazing all by itself.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll be looking for this when it comes out.
And moving into game news.
Games! Game BS.
Ruben, are you you're part of the master PC race, right?
Yes, I am.
Not so big on the consoles.
I don't hate consoles.
You better not, fucker.
There might be 2 or 3 games I like to play on console, and I just can't. For me, I can't justify the expense of one of those for the couple of titles I might want to play. My older brother is the opposite of me. He loves his consoles. In fact, after this, I'm going to go surprise him at his house and probably play Destiny, which is a great game. But there aren't enough titles that get me personally on the console versus the PC space. There's just more I can do in my Windows box. I'm impressed with where the hardware is headed. I actually think that PC architecture could take a note as far as shared pools of. I'm not going to start spitting numbers. I almost got into my tech black hole, which is a whole different thing. They're cool.
Don't worry, once it started nodding off, I would have warned you.
Fair enough. So yeah, Master Race, PC, thumbs up.
So what's up next here?
Ooh.
Ruben, 'cause I think
No, it just seemed like a place where I should react somehow, so I did.
You played. I had fun watching you play Fable. So what's wrong with it?
I wanted more. It's just like it's an okay game. It's an okay platform, right? And then they never build anything on it.
Gotcha. Now, my thing is that you remember the .com bubbles from a few years ago?
Yep.
I'm seeing a trend here with these free-to-play games.
Okay.
Because you invest a lot of resources and time and effort and money into making them in the hopes that you will have a continuous, source of income for a long time. Which is where Elder Scrolls failed, and that's why they're going to put the game free to play pretty soon. You just buy the game once and you can play it forever. No more monthly model.
Yeah, which means it won't be updated.
Yeah, whatever. Like, I wasn't going to play it anyways. Now I might actually play it. But for Fable, what?
Okay.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to play Elder Scrolls Online ever. Because that's not my wheelhouse. So when Tamriel comes out, it's a one-time buy. I might pick it up just because then I can just play it whenever.
Gotcha.
I don't feel compelled to have to play it every month. But for the free-to-play, I'm wondering if you're going to see that start to hurt companies. Because Bethesda...
I mean, the market's flooded, right?
Oh, yeah. It's flooded more and more.
And they just keep adding more free-to-play games. I mean, as Ruben said earlier, Daddy only has so much love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only so much time to consume the stuff you want to consume until eventually you can't anymore. So this model, I think it's just hurting things. I don't think it helps Fable to do this model.
I just think they're just trying to do something with Fable. I think they're just trying to pump out, the Xbox One's getting desperate for exclusives or anything that touts their chest and go, look, we're special.
Yep.
I mean, the next story we 5 days, and that's their big news.
Yeah. And the thing is who the fuck is going to buy an Xbox One just to play Battlefield for 5 days when they could just wait and then play it on their PC or PlayStation, which is better?
Yep. Or, you can argue it. I mean, it's what you have.
They have Stockholm syndrome. It's basically the Coke versus Pepsi paradigm. Because scientifically, they've proven Pepsi's better than Coke. Like scientifically, they proved it. It actually tastes better. It triggers more pleasure centers in your brain. Ergo, it is actually a better product just for that reason. You
Now,
get more
if you
joy
want-
from drinking Pepsi.
So, I'm going to go hardware nerd because it's the only way I can answer this question.
Sure.
Standalone, PS4's hardware is technically superior to Xbox One. However, the way Xbox One renders has a component that Sony does not, where they're rendering stuff in the cloud on a bank of supercomputers that, by the way, no one's mentioned, are upgradable on the back end. This is a feature that Sony does not have. It requires a thicker broadband connection to use properly. But when you're cloud computing and accelerating on a big back end like that, you can give your seemingly more limited console way more capability. So, which I think is why it's staying pretty even with PS4. I don't think it's ever going to overtake it, but I think it gives it the potential to stay online. That's especially important for games with really heavy AI. If it's not happening in the box, that would explain why they didn't choose to deploy as much processing power or as expensive of a memory.
And I cut a story that would have complimented Rousseau completely, except though it might have kind of made him angry, where it's like Xbox is now toting the new Lara Croft game.
Yep.
Push the Xbox One to its limits.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is where I go master race. You know what makes an Xbox or a PS4 look real silly? Is my pair of 970s and my 6-core Xeon. Moving on.
No. You know what the worst part is, Rue? You know what the worst part is about that statement Bill just made? Here's the worst part. That Tomb Raider game is going to be on both generations of Xbox. How is it pushing the envelope with Xbox One if it's also on 360?
So let's go back in time to answer that. Do you remember, and I don't know his name, there was a guy from Sony when the PS3 came out who eventually they had to tell him to stop speaking publicly, period. He would say things like, PS3 is going to make the home PC obsolete.
Okay.
What's happened is the Xbox
We're almost
One, someone talked about it that didn't know what they were talking about. I think that's what this is.
Oh man.
So what's up?
And it's going to push the Xbox to its limits.
Gonna get the Xbox to its limits.
Hey, don't worry. Soon we will have the Family Guy Coattails edition for Minecraft coming out soon.
Oh really?
I'm sure. Simpsons did it, so you're going to see Seth MacFarlane jump on board.
They have
At the very least, South Park will probably have a Minecraft edition shortly.
yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Whatever the fuck they mean by that. Yep. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that they're trying to make life peripherals. So, just stuff that makes life more like a game. So maybe a watch you wear that tracks your heartbeat.
So basically, Nintendo came out with a fancy buzzword and a market update, and they said we want to do what we basically did with the Wii when we tripped and fell on our face and we accidentally did a bunch of great things. We want to now purposely do that.
Yeah, because the Wii became something that the whole family could enjoy up until they made the Wii U, which was not for the whole family. Yeah, they went from having the Universal Console,
Ruben,
now it's... Oh, there's they'll push the Xbox One to its limits. How can you state that if it's going to be on the 360 as well? How can you say that? Like,
thing where it's like it's going to be completely upgradable in the back end, and then we're already putting out memos that.
And I mean, that's my theory. I am if I had an Xbox server, you wouldn't be talking to me. I'd be off with my new friends. But it stands to reason the way they're processing that you could scale that. So that statement seems dubious to me.
Yeah, I
On the flip side, both of those, actually all three major consoles are AMD hardware. And I want to love AMD so bad, but they're not even close to Intel NVIDIA combinations.
Because they have enough money to pay out people to themselves.
I should own some. I should have bought some AMD stock. I wish I'd known, because that must be doing okay.
Probably, yeah. They're probably doing
Isn't
it.
doing-
Yeah. Bye-bye, Sega. Nintendo won.
This is news just now, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's news to them. If you if you read the interview with the old CEO, did you read the interview with the old CEO, Bill?
No, I did not.
Okay, so here's what happened. Years ago, they went to Sony to make a new console. This is before PS3.
Yep.
All right? And they had everything worked out because Sega had better software, Sony had better hardware. Sony said yes. They were 100% on board. All right? The board members for Japan's Sega, like the Japanese board members for Sega, said no. And that was basically when that CEO resigned. He quit after that. He thought that was the stupidest decision they ever made. And he attributes their current failure with their inability to think to the future. We could have had a PlayStation with Sonic,
It's true.
like opening, like that would have been their Mario.
PlayStation and Mario. And that was
I
a
would have-
failure.
I would have bought either of those. If I could buy, if there were some decent Sonic games, I'd be all over it.
There is
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Decent Sonic games is hard to find.
I recommend everyone watch Game Grumps review of the new Sonic,
So-
which was amazing.
Sonic, seriously, Rue, that was amazing.
They live play Sonic Boom and rip the crap out of it.
I'll
And
check
it is
it out.
worth the part. It is bad.
Game Grumps, Sonic Boom. That's how I Google that one.
Now, is that an actual new game, or is that there was some early version of Sonic that some people
No.
dumped the dev code out for?
Oh, this is a new game that came out just a few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Okay.
This was Sonic. This was Sega's probably last attempt to really refresh the Sonic franchise,
Yep.
and it fell on its face.
Metascore 32. Ooh.
Yeah, it fell completely on its face.
Not really. I'm good.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm going to critique the article real quick because I read it, and it's from the perspective of someone who's like me, who doesn't care about achievements.
Okay.
If this was written by someone who cared about achievements, you'd get a very different perspective.
Yes.
See, acquiring achievements, it isn't something people validate their life by. It's something that's fun to do. It's a goal. It's a minor little goal that they can attain so they feel like they actually accomplished something. And that's most of life.
There are multiple very huge websites dedicated to just completely finding the best way to find any trophy in any game possible.
Yeah. And for some people, that's their form of fun, is finding that. It's not everyone's form of fun. I don't think it's the majority of people's... I don't think most people give two shits when they achievement thing ding. Like, I don't even pay attention anymore. I don't even see it when it pops up on the screen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't personally care, but I understand that for some people, that's fun. Shh, Doctor Now.
That's a real life achievement from Surgeon Simulator. If you grab the guy's face and
Yes,
wiggle it around,
that's-
it goes, shh, I'm Doctor Now.
Yeah, and that's funny, and that's cool, and that's a little thing that you can tag on to your profile, and that matters for some people. That matters so that they can go, yeah, I got that achievement. It doesn't matter if it's me or the wall behind me, but it matters to some people. So, like, the article, does it hurt fun? No, it doesn't hurt fun, because for some people that is their fun.
I mean,
It's just a bad article.
it's pretty much like, do you care about trophies? Yes or no. If you do, then that's great for you because it gives you a goal in the game that maybe you don't have to do, but you can care about. I mean, how many times do we play NES games or any other old really games where it's like you made your own objectives because you played through the game enough times where it's like, I'll play it a different way.
Well, that's also where the achievement mentality came from. It came from gamers like us who would go, I'm going to play as Mario Brothers, but I'm never going to use a Fire Flower.
Yeah.
Or I'm never going to let myself be big. As soon as I get a mushroom, I'm going to get hit so I can be small.
Or
Or I'm
not
going
use a
to
star.
not use a star, not collect 1-ups.
Yeah.
Do a speed run as fast as I can without using any warps. I've done that.
And that's kind of where.
And it was fun at the time, but it didn't carry over to my adulthood. And if Remark was made today, those would be achievements that you could get.
I think the only time I've ever completely... No, I've done it twice. I did it once on PlayStation, I've done it on 360. It was Gun on 360, I completed all the achievements.
Mm-hmm.
And then since that game, I haven't bothered. I think I did it on... I forget what I did on PlayStation. One of them, I got one, platinum trophy for getting all the other trophies. That's it. I've never...
And those are my favorite achievements, the one you get for getting other achievements.
Or pressing start.
Yep, you press start, you get an achievement.
Yeah, it's like you started the game, here's an achievement. Like, oh,
I mean, there's definitely a meta discussion about our society being trophy focused.
Yep.
There is, but who gives a shit? But does it make toast? If I can't get delicious toast while playing Zelda 2,
because that does everything else.
that's what I would do then. And I'd run it hot until it was so hot I could cook toast on it.
Why
those
is
things keep-
Nintendo not?
What was that?
This is unrelated to. This is sort of an achievement, but not really. But I have ADD, and I'm going to ask my question anyway. Nintendo, sell a USB attachment for the friggin' Wii U that lets me plug in any damn cartridge I want.
Boom!
Move on.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
they're all watching this right now. I don't want to buy a Retron.
Yep.
I-
Nope, there's the $1 million idea of the week right there.
Yeah, like why isn't there a USB plug to a peripheral that I then put my game cartridge in and I can play the game? Oh, I know why.
$1
Because they
billion
want you to download it and buy it again.
Yeah, they want you to buy it for $5 on their marketplace.
At least
Why?
$5.
No. Okay, they're going about this. All right, let me play my original cartridge, then remaster it in 10-bit color or some BS that they're already doing, and I'll probably buy it twice.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. You'll buy the peripheral so you can play your games, and then as you play the game, an ad will come up saying, play this in a higher definition.
Sell that peripheral for each cartridge. NES, SNES, N64.
Yep. No, you're right. You know who's
I
going
mean-
to be paying for games twice?
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't even have the same size. Darkest Dungeon is in early access right now. I love this game. I'm still playing. I played it this morning before I logged on. And someone was scamming, trying to say that, oh, I have Darkest Dungeon on the, you can play it on your phone. But it was like 5 megs for the download. So what are you playing? I'm curious. Like, I haven't seen anybody actually buy it and then post what they got. You know what I mean?
A Trojan, probably.
I know. I would never do it myself. I thought about doing it just for the experiment, but I was like, fuck that.
Hey, I have it on good authority from some tech support guy from Nigeria that Trojans help protect your system.
I always thought that was a poor name on their part, considering what condoms are called often.
I think it's more for the Trojan horse, but...
I know, but...
Well, they both
But-
contain a bunch of tiny things. I mean,
Ooh.
And spill over and make a mess.
that's right. We're dropping knowledge.
Oh, man, where'd it go? We're gonna go to...
I would love to see this remade, because it was never released in the United States. But yeah, Rue, this is the game that Resident Evil was inspired from. Not Alone in the Dark like people claim.
Really?
I mean, Alone in the Dark had a huge influence, but this game they made first, and they put a lot of elements from this game in all of the Resident Evil series. It was basically one of the first roguelikes, because the party of people you have are some documentary people going in through a house that happens to be haunted, and if any of them die, they stay dead. You lose their inventory slots, you lose their special abilities, you lose everything. So you really don't want them to die. It's kind of a big deal to get them through all your characters through the game. And you can control different characters. You jump through them. XCOM style, I think it is. Or Tom Clancy style. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't know where they're getting screenshots of it in English because I thought it never came out in English. Like half his face ripped off. Yeah. There's a lot of like good scares in this that for what they had at the time, they did an amazing job.
The ground market where they take games that weren't released in the US and they put out for a ROM and they translate it. So there's a lot of fan-made translations out there. They're
You
illegal
can-
as shit because you don't own them, of course, but
Hmm.
you can find them.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of on the illegal side to really play it, but I would love to see them put that for download on the Wii. Because it's up apparently. You read testimonials from people playing the game, and they say that it actually holds up.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And that's where Nintendo's really failed with its marketplace, right? Like,
Oh,
that was supposed to be the big goal with the Wii and the Wii console. And they're supposed to get a whole bunch of the old generation games, be able to put it on their system, and then people buy them and be able to enjoy these old classic games. And they just never followed through with it. At the rate they put out games, it was so slow and sporadic. It should not take you months to put out 2-3 games at a time. It should be in batches of like 20.
Yeah. There's enough games in their library where they could just be flooding the market with stuff, and they would make money hand over fist. People would be buying those games. I don't know why the hell they're not doing that either.
I mean, it's been 5 years, and I don't think their library is anywhere near where it should be at this point.
Not something you really care about, Rue, I understand.
Well,
I'm nodding to feign interest.
Yep. And the background there is that's Anthony Birch who wrote the article, the guy who wrote Borderlands 2, all the DLC for it. He does a show called Hey Ash, What's Your Plan?
Great show. Check it out.
Yeah. Have you seen that before, Rue?
I don't
You
think
haven't?
so.
We haven't introduced you to Hop?
I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Oh,
I've
wait.
seen you-
Sorry. Hole in my brain. I don't know why I made the wrong connection.
Oh.
No, I've watched every single Hop video. Ever since Billy showed me poop on the bed.
Yes.
No. And then, did I tell you about at PAX when I wandered off aimlessly like I tended to do every day last year and ended up in a Geek and Sundry panel? And I was staring at this girl, and no, it was Ashley Birch.
Yeah.
And I was just in the back middle, but I'm a big dude in a red shirt just looking at her confused. And she made eye contact with me like, oh no, something's wrong. And I went, you! And she looked like, security? And then I left.
Yeah, just another e-stalker she has.
Yeah.
But her brother, Anthony,
It's awesome.
yes, he is. And his article was a real eye-opener for me. There's a lot of aspects of video game making I didn't realize until I read that.
Yeah. No, it's a good article. Go out and read it. Also, speaking of that, because at the bottom of the article it mentions that Anthony Birch has now left Gearbox, I guess, and is working for Rocket Jump.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I mean-
Video game High School, which I was a big fan of.
that was a great show on YouTube.
If you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. Can't have enough praises for that. But this kind of leads into like Rocket Jump is kind of like making a land grab of a huge talent that no one's really talking about.
That's true. He wrote a lot of the Borderlands stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrote all of Borderlands too. He is the main writer.
Jeez.
Tiny Tina's like Dark Dungeon or whatever the hell it was called.
Yep.
Dragon Keep.
I mean that is Ashley.
Oh yeah, that his sister Ash does the voice for Tiny Tina in Borderlands.
That explains so much.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
It does. She's perfect for the character. She's
It's my
spot
favorite
on.
character, and I hadn't figured out why. I'm just like, I like this person.
Yep. If you check out behind Tiny Tina's trailer, in,
Yep.
I think it was the Torque bonus missions. She has like her own trailer. On the side, if you walk behind it, it's kind of like a little hidden path.
Yep.
On the back of the trailer is like a spray painted graffiti memorial of an old gruff dude with an eye patch drawing a unicorn, which I guess is their father.
Oh, okay.
The big boss.
Oh, I love her dad in those videos. I can't remember. I have no context for you, but it ended with him on camera just going, "I can on land."
I think the best moment for me for him was the sing it, where he just like doesn't say anything and he's like scoring all the points.
Yep.
And he's just looking menacingly at the screen and like it's just like top score, all the points broken. And then he proceeds to go up to the TV, ejects the disc, and like snaps it in front of everybody and drops the mic.
I like the one where he makes Justin pretty for prom. That was pretty good.
Oh man.
You ever notice how dads like Big Boss? Name 17 ways.
Yeah.
Hey, so next week is PAX. Actually, this week. Whatever. Where are we at? I don't know. Depends if you think Sunday's the start of the week or the end of the week. This week is PAX.
This isn't the dress. We're not having a debate.
No, it is the dress. It's black and blue.
You assholes.
So
Blue and
we'll
gold.
be at PAX. Ruben won't be at PAX because I have to work and make money and be a responsible human being.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. Yeah. Next year will happen.
Also, next year. That'd be awesome. I'll be there. Shane will be wandering around. I don't know what. Shane, do you know what you're gonna go see? Have you seen the schedule?
Yeah, I looked at the schedule. I have the guidebook on my phone, and I have a few things checked off.
All right.
Yep. I mostly meander panels talking about role-playing games and talking about the state of gaming and stuff that, I want to be part of the discussion, but I'm in the audience, so they always kick me out when I try to talk.
Yep.
I find very insulting.
Are you going to be in a panel?
No, not this year.
You were really good last year.
I appreciate it, but I'm lazy, so I never made any attempts to either be part of or to have a panel.
Well, that's fine. I'm not going, so I won't see you, so it's cool. But next year when I go, you have to be in a panel again.
Dude, we'll do it. Explosions.
Do it. Explosions live.
Explosions live.
PAX East.
Yep. Just to fuck with people. No description given.
Yep.
It's just going to be us up there like drinking tea. It'll be great.
Yep.
Just be like,
Yep. Meh. I mean, they're gonna have the new 3DS. I'll check it out if the line isn't too bad,
which
and
will
if
be-
I might actually get one. We'll see, because I wasn't too impressed with the 3DS before.
Okay, well, that's interesting because that kind of breaks your usual rule of like you need 3 games, and there's definitely not 3 games that I know that you want for the 3DS.
Well, that you know of. I mean, there's Angry Birds.
I'm just saying this.
I
support
okay.
your decision to get a 3DS.
Hold on. I might get it. Now, that is, of course, predicated on my general rule. If I find 3 games I want for a console, then, yeah.
That's it. That's what
Right now, I'm just even looking at it. I'm not even looking at the games available, so.
Yeah. Alright. Beyond that, Shane, what shows have you been watching? Anything good?
Archer's amazing.
Keep on going with that.
Yeah, the latest episode, which was Archer meeting Lana's parents.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that episode. For me, that's the best one they've had all season. This season's been kind of weak.
You think so? I think I like this.
But
I
nope.
like this.
Still Archer, but I haven't been like laughing my ass off, except for the last episode. I laughed my ass off all the way through it. I was such a
Any shows in your end?
My last month has been the most boring media month ever. I will answer any questions you have about Server 2012 R2 or Windows 10, and that's my life.
That was season 6 of Server
22.
So, someone at Microsoft, insert awful statement here, because actually, generally, I like their products, but how people hate Windows 8? Server 2012 has friggin' Metro in it, but it's a friggin' server. You can install it command line only, which is okay. But to install a version of server that you immediately want to modify outside of how it was released, and a server makes Uncle Ruben sad. The core technologies are great. Insert numbers and boring statements here. Once you tame it, it's pretty good. The next version should be better. And if either of you are ever installing server, what are you doing with your life? Move on to something fun.
Well, don't we need a server for when we start hosting the show from home?
Dear
Not really.
God.
You're better off with a cloud service, Microsoft Azure or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. We're almost done.
So, any shows you're looking forward to?
I'm excited for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to pick back up. I've been watching Agent Carter really steadily. I really, really enjoy that.
The ending of Agent Carter this season.
That was pretty strong. I was entertained. It was a good story.
Are you disappointed in like it has like no tie into anything currently besides a movie that came out 5 years ago?
Not really. I think more tie-ins would be exhausting to me at this point. I like something it's not completely disconnected, but it feels a little bit disconnected, other than a history lesson to some of these stories, and I kind of enjoy that.
So you're thinking it's going its own thing.
Yeah.
And this is where I actually disagree with Ruben.
Dun dun dun.
My God.
Well, the thing is, they released an Agent Carter short film a few years ago on the tail end of Iron Man 3, the Iron Man 3 disc. And, Rue, you're going to want to move over to your left a little bit. I said left. Unless your image is flipped. I'm pretty sure I got it right. Yeah, you were off screen there. But for me, Agent Carter not tying in, for it not having her just be the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end of the season, like, that's where I want the story to go. I don't want to see her continually prove herself to 50s men.
Wait, hang on.
I don't know what you're doing. Are you cradling Bill somehow?
Now we can be one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes, there we go. Almost.
it's Ruben's body with Bill's head.
You have a tiny head.
That's what she said. Oh.
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be at PAX East. Watch Agent Carter. There's nothing new on. Oh, Blacklist has been amazing this season. That's been my show.
That.
Are you in on Blacklist?
I am.
Oh, dude,
I gotta finish get cutting up.
dude, this season, this ever since they came back this season, it's been nothing but like a roller coaster ride of awesome.
Their game has been strong.
Yes, very.
All right, I'll get caught up on that. I'll probably watch some episodes tonight then.
Yeah, definitely watch. Other than that, really. Forever. Been watching Forever, which was a good show.
No, the,
Yeah.
Underrated.
Your
Well,
wife got me
let's
into that, and that looks really good.
What was that, Ruben?
My wife's into it. I haven't touched it.
No, really, watch an episode.
Okay.
It's actually surprising.
Watch the first episode. That's actually a really good episode. It's well
All right.
made.
And I think that's about it. That's all I got right now. I'm gonna sign off on that. We'll try to do an episode for next week at PAX East.
Yeah,
No
probably
promises.
probably can't stream it, but we should be able to record one and then post it.
And I apologize for anyone who's been watching live. We've been having issues again. 1,100 drop frames this week. So my tweets did not work.
Hey,
Well,
What does that even mean? I don't even know.
Bill, are you wired or wireless?
I'm wired.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Like I said, when I get home, we are going to bribe you with many shiny things until you slap us in the head and fix stuff. Because I'm dangerous enough to the point where I can screw stuff up.
Okay.
This is why I'm not touching anything, because I'm only dangerous enough to make a mistake and screw it up.
As my father used to say, I'm just smart enough to be dumb.
I think we all have those moments. I understand.
Alright, so is that the show?
That's it. That's it in the show. Unless anyone's got any more. Oh, check out Ruben. You can see Ruben almost weekly on the Anime TV's podcast.
Okay, well, I'm not technically a member, and it's monthly, and you can hear me unless I'm with Bill and really bored, and then we shoot videos.
And then you can see him. You can at least hear him every month.
And you know what? It's not our podcast, but go check out Anime Cons TV and then call them a bunch of times.
Yep. What's the number?
Wait, hold on. I'm never ready when people ask me this.
I know.
Okay, this is especially important if you never ever watch the Anime Cons TV podcast, which you should. you should call 762-233-7828. Watch a couple episodes and then leave a message. And if you can, like a recipe for some cake or some cookies will probably go a long way. That too. Do that. And maybe sing them a song. Try singing them a song. Or just tell them that you're... And don't wear pants when you call. That's important. I'm not going
And you have to know, too. You have to describe yourself pantsless.
Yes.
You just have to mention your pencil. Also, just wish him happy birthday.
Yes, and happy birthday.
For no reason. And on that note, this has been BS. I'm B. He's S.
I'm F.
Bye.
Right here. Bye,
BS,
everyone.
BNS plus R.
Arr.
Are clear. So,
All right.
homework. I gotta work on this 3-person split up thing.
I gotta apparently watch a bunch of TV shows, which I will do for you.
Thank you. That means everything.
I will also drum on my microphone. Tap.
All right, so for PAX, should I bring this camera?
Yes. Yeah.
Lights, portable green screen.
You're the only one who can hear me, right? Okay.
What? I can hear you.
Yeah, you're the only one who can hear me right now, right? Besides Ruben, I know you can hear me.
I was saying, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So-
okay. No one can hear me. No one can hear you but me.
So Wednesday, prepare to leave if you can. Prepare
Yep.
to leave work early.
You coming to? Oh, really?
Really.
All right. What time you think?
I have to be there for noon to take a meters class for my gas meters.
Ah, okay. All right.
And after that, I will then be sick. I will be home Wednesday night. So
Nice.
we'll be able to pack stuff Wednesday night.
Yeah, I am taking Thursday off so that I can pack stuff up. I'm going to try to get a doctor's appointment out of the way. I got to see a muscle specialist. Been having trouble with my legs and my back, so yeah, not cool.
Yep.
The winter was really tough. Well, I had one day at least where I was walking to work and I couldn't walk to work.
Have we talked to Jenna about when she's taking off and all that happy jazz?
Well, she offered to pick me up at work on Thursday, so I think she's planning on leaving more close to the late afternoon than the early.
Alright, I'll be planning leaving early or in the day. Be down there for setup.
Oh, okay. Well, what time will the hotel take us?
I don't know.
Because, yeah, that would probably once.
Usually it's around 2 at least. Usually
Okay. So yeah, we could leave like noonish, grab something to eat, show up there, put everything in, and then start joining setup. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, it sounds reasonable.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know if they're gonna let you in set. I mean,
Well, I can sit in the hotel and just masturbate, whatever.
it's so bored with this conversation.
Actually, I'm thinking about next year and how to optimize stuff. One, I'm super sad I'm not going with you guys because I had, despite the fact that I wore the wrong shoes and my ankle felt broken the whole weekend, I had a super awesome time. And what sucks is I figured out why my ankle hurt. I was allergic to my allergy medication, which I was taking dutifully every morning, and then going and walking around all day because I'm retarded. So I'm planning in my head for next year. So I have one short question, and this is my thought, Bill. I think next year when I go, I'm going to take a bus or a train down, only so I get there earlier because I got there real late riding with Jenna, which was fine, but I wanted to be there earlier to do setup and all that, and I don't want to disrupt other people. So I'm wondering if next year, if I take the bus down, if I can still come back with you, because riding home with you was super fun.
No, we should be no problem riding home.
All right.
And why did we leave so late last year? Oh, right, because I didn't take the day off. That's what
Right. No, I met Jen at the house because you were doing whatever you were doing, and that was fine. Jen and I had a pretty nice ride down. I'm not used to driving in cities, and Jenna is super used to driving in cities, and I was convinced I was going to die.
Yes, that.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun ride to Boston to watch the Legend of Zelda concert.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god. Oh, yeah, how was that, by the way? It was a good concert, though.
Yeah, it was nice. Not worth $77, but a nice concert.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's not the concert's fault.
It's a combination. The concerts can kind of set price. At the same time, the venue was bad. It was not a good venue. It's too bad they didn't have someplace bigger, or at the very least with more comfortable seats. Those were just like wooden seats with a sheet of leather on top of them. So
Yeah, those are the same seats they've been using since the 1800s.
yeah, and those people are all dead.
Hi, kitty.
Oh, it's a kitty.
This is Neo. He's my fat dumb cat. Yep.
And guess what? Why am I not in the screen? There we go.
All the kitties.
Oh, kitties.
Bill's
All
go
the
outside and find a
kitties.
cat.
I know, I'm gonna go run outside and grab a cat. Great.
Get raped. Get killed. Get rabies.
I found a kitty. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruben,
See, your cat is nicer than mine. She won't stay in my lap like that.
Oh, he does not care.
That's true. No, you don't care to give it. No, Ruben, go check out Game Grumps.
Definitely check out Game Grumps. They are very funny.
Ever since I watched the making fun of Asian voices, all I want to do is call Game Grumps.
Is it anything like Angry Video Game Nerd? I've been mainlining that guy.
Funnier?
In
Okay.
Spirit, really? Do you like the Toad one I showed you last night, Ruben? How it's Shane?
Yes, that was very good. Yeah, fuck Toad. Toad sucks.
Alright, I'm just gonna find a couple intro videos to get you.
And Brendan says hi. Brandon says hi? Who's Brandon?
I should have said Brendan. That was a mistype.
Okay, there we go.
Who's this guy? Must be a movie star.
Yeah, the hydrant.
He's I think he's our number one fan. And I'm sorry, Brendan. He's not. You're not streaming anymore, right?
Ah!
He was trying to submit useful information.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I
adorable.
can't have Facebook open because it screws out, it slows everything down to a freaking stop.
Yeah.
Hey, I sent
Oh,
you
my
a
Facebook
link. I sent you a link.
You haven't seen your girlfriend in a while.
Yeah, YouTube.
She showed up right at the beginning, and then
Well, she got kidnapped. You don't see fucking Princess Peach a lot in Mario.
you get notes from her
Oh, you
occasionally.
see
Yeah, my
fucking
boss is-
Toad, and he's like, oh,
Don't-
sorry,
don't-
there's another castle. It's like, why should I trust you?
Yeah.
You're a fucking mushroom.
Yeah, and how do you know she's in another castle?
Yeah.
Did you
Why
just...
should I trust you?
Yeah.
You're a fucking mushroom.
Yeah, and how do you know she's in another castle?
Yeah,
Did
are-
you just watch like a dick while she just get carried away?
Are you a part of it and you're
Fuck you,
fucking
Toad.
misleading me?
God damn it.
Yeah, Toad's an asshole through and through, basically.
I mean, I love him, but Jesus.
I don't love him.
You don't love Toad?
No, fuck him.
I have a very great affection for all the Super
He
Mario characters.
still owes me like $20.
For what?
This is amazing.
What
good.
he needed $20. I asked him what he needed it for,
And he was like, don't...
I will continue that upstairs at some point.
Don't you ever ask me what I'm doing with my money.
Good stuff.
Oh man.
I can't believe it.
So mostly they just kind of sit there and they play video games and they make fun of it the entire time.
Nice.
Which is why I highly recommend Game Grumps with Sonic Boom, because they just rip that right apart, right from the start.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, they are not gentle at all
Just lead you into the
with their
abyss over
estimation.
there?
I don't
And
know.
good,
What fucking
because the
is
game
it?
was
Do you want-
awful.
We call it
Shouldn't have been
Shigeru Miyamoto
released.
right now.
Not in that state. I mean, you watch it, Rue, you'll understand. Like what they release for a game is not complete.
Okay.
Hello?
Basically, you got an early access version of the game
This
that
is,
they
Danny
dropped
from
and will
Game
never
Grumps.
actually
I was
finish.
wondering,
Wait, who what?
Game Grumps.
Who is the Game of Grumps?
That seems to be the thing these days.
Oh, I'm
People
sorry.
have grand ideas and they half
Game
build them and
Grumps.
stop.
Oh, good.
Kind of like our podcast.
Whoa!
So did you enjoy yourself? Really think you'll join us for another episode?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got some stuff to figure out, but it's funny because I know I've been the guy that's been like, yeah, a podcast would be fun. We should do that sometime. Does nothing. Does nothing. Does nothing. We did the first one, so we should do more. This is yeah. I will attempt to have more intelligent things to say and maybe make this back wall prettier.
We also,
Actually, I could do anything to that wall I want because eventually we're going to cover it over. I might just paint a giant red R on it or something.
it's true. Good.
Like a giant record button? What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder how much it would cost for the Radio Shack R. I mean, they're pretty far down now.
I thought they were going into business, so like you could just grab their R's off their building.
Right, but I assume they're gonna sell off the licensing rights separately.
So Ruben, I have been working on. I haven't really been working on this lately, but I was working on this. I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you in the middle. I see the Anime Cons TV thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you need art, like if you ask Patrick Delahanty, he'll probably send you whatever you ask for.
Yeah.
Alternatively, if we send him raw video, he'll cut it together. But if you send him a just a already put together thing, I'm sure that's fine. Like I talked to him a little bit. I mentioned, I mentioned that me and a friend had some ideas, and he was going over the list of things to be careful for, especially while filming. So Jekka filmed the last the Chibi project thing I did. Jekka filmed a bunch of stuff with the iPhone standing straight up, which causes that weird monolith thing.
Yes.
And I said, well, the guy that did the Grumpy Cat video is the guy I want to do this with. And he goes, oh, okay, there are no problems. And you were fine. Which I'm pretty sure is high praise.
It's good as it's gonna get, man. Take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So where's the guy that maybe has access to a prison cell? How's that going to work?
Oh, I gotta talk to my uncles. An uncle. Wait.
It doesn't matter. It's all rednecks.
Yeah.
They're all interrelated. Come on. That is a shallow ass gene. It's a gene puddle. Let's be real.
We're in Maine. There's not a lot of
Yeah, there's no pools. It's a puddle. That's frozen over because of all the goddamn snow.
I'm really excited about the potential jail cell idea. I think that could be hilarious.
No, that's one way or the other. Whether I have to get you to commit a crime and end you in a jail cell.
Just get arrested.
Just get arrested.
That's what I pitched as an idea. Is just movie phone guy gets pulled over and is just constantly narrating everything, and the cops they get a call, you don't hear it, and they arrest you, and you're still narrating everything up until you get into the jail cell. And then it's like you get your one phone call, but the whole time you're in there, the cops keep coming up to you and asking you the times for movies because that's your superpower. You just know when movies are playing.
Oh my god, this is a thing that needs to happen.
And I haven't decided. We haven't figured out yet how like does he get his one phone call and call someone and escape?
Oh shit.
Does someone bail you out?
There's one prop I need, and I might be able to talk him into it because we had another idea where we want to shoot some fireplace stuff, which is really my excuse, Shane, to get you and Bill down to my house.
Sweet.
But I want to get some pictures of Sketch that are I'm going to get them printed at Walmart, black and white, so they look fancy, and put them on the shelf, and we'll find excuses to pan across them. In this prison cell, when I've been there, fade out, fade back in, I'll have some chalk marks on the wall or something, we've been there for a week. And I want a calendar of some hot girl in a car, and we're just going to Photoshop Sketch's face on there.
Who's Sketch?
Sketch is it might as well be Doug now. Sketch is the guy who used to do almost all the voicemail, so we ended up with sort of a back and forth.
Okay.
At one point, the first, not the first voicemail I left, the first thing that I did that was funny. You remember Tom that used to be on tech?
Yes.
So Tom bought a Gundam figure that Sketch sold at the garage sale, and wrote a letter from the Gundam figure back to Sketch. I called and did a dramatic reading. And I'll have to look up the video so you can see it. It was pretty good.
You gotta send that. That sounds amazing.
And it became a thing.
Sorry.
No worries. So the next thing that happened was Sketch mentioned he did not have one of these action figures, and in the letter I accused him of doing awful things to a Pokemon Misty figure. So fast forward to the year in review, they're talking about their favorite moments, and he mentions that and goes out of his way to mention he does not have one. I told some friends from PortCon who put money together for me to go buy a sealed in box vintage Misty figure on eBay, which I mailed to him with a letter. And on the back of the letter was a full page troll face. So that was funny, haha. Fast forward to AB at a Chibi Project panel. Patrick D bought a $400 Blendtec blender, and they blended that figure.
Nice.
So there was some other dumb stuff in the middle, but through that, it ended up that movie phone guy and Sketch were kind of sort of enemies. So there were two big sort of arcs we ended up doing all through voicemail. One was that. And the other was that I was obsessed with Table. I decided the Table they had in the frame was a person that I was in love with. And that ended with me and my buddy Brandon, as in co-head of security, calling up and doing a bunch of voices on New Year's, where I was after Table. He called up his commercial guy who was after the love of Table. And then he called back with a bad Canadian accent, claiming to be Table's father.
All right, this is good.
So let's see here. Just a second. I'm going to see if I can find this now. So,
yeah.
At some point, I'm thinking about getting all the voicemails I've left them and making a supercut. Like, my mother-in-law still hasn't seen them because she doesn't want to watch all the boring parts. She just wants to hear the voicemails. Well, let's see here.
So wait, what exactly made Bill Sy curious? The fact that he likes Star Wars and Star Trek?
Oh, yeah. That was just my joke for someone that likes Star Wars a lot or Star Trek a lot. They'll go watch the other one.
Yeah, they're Sy curious. I like that. That should be a term we use. Oh.
Oh, that's not it.
That's okay.
Yep.
You'll find it at some point. You'll send it to me. I'll watch it. That'll happen.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I will totally do that.
Yeah. But I have to relinquish control of this basement to the children.
Okay. Well, Shane, it was good talking to you. I'll shut this down. I'll Facebook you some links, so maybe watch Facebook a little later. Take it easy, man.
You too, and tell Bill, because he just left.
Yeah, I'll stay on and wait for Bill to come back.
Yeah, I just got to shut this down and use the bathroom. And I'll talk to you later, bud. Thank you.
Take it easy, man.
This month on Anime Con TV, we discuss whether conventions are responsible for the outside behavior of their attendees. Doug and Patrick D attended Kineticon and they tell you all about it.
It's voicemail time again. Yes, every episode we have a voicemail. And today we have a voicemail. Let's hear the voicemail.
And now, a letter to Sketch from Strike. For those of you who are unaware, Strike is a Gundam Sketch sold at the PortCon Maine 2011 garage sale. Strike
So I will then I will see you next time.
Maybe you didn't contact Geico because Rattlesnake ate your phone.
Oh, I see we lost Mr. Shane.
Yep, Shane had to relinquish control of the basement.
Right.
I was regaling Shane with tales of the why sketch and movie phone are connected. So I sent him the link where well, I'll send it to you too. I don't know if you've seen it.
I know, I just got back. Oh. What we got? No, I didn't get that one. I did now.
Well, I sent it to him on Facebook. I didn't send it through.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yes, yeah. All right, man. It's 1 o'clock. I have to get ready for work now.
All right, cool. Well, it was good hanging out. I just didn't want to hang up before you got back.
No, thank you.
So we will talk to you later.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. Bye.